We are in Cambridge at the Sinclair, and I want to bring the guys out, so everybody make some noise for Chris Cornell and Ben Shepherd from Soundgarden. Absolutely beautiful room here, really cool acoustic setup up on the stage.
Hey there.
Hi, guys. Thank you guys you guys flew up this morning, right?
We sure did.
You guys were in New York last night?
Uh-huh.
And you got a beautiful day to come into Boston and this awesome place in Harvard Square.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's beautiful, actually.
Yeah, it's a good day to kind of stroll around. Have you had a chance to do any of that stuff, or did you just come straight from Logan?
No, we came straight here. Then after this, we'll go out into the blustery day.
I went over by that Curious George joint. Bought some cigarettes.
That's your experience in Boston so far today?
Foxy girls walking around. It's cool.
It's a good day to have the college girls be out and about. Well,
is that what they are?
Well, so far, at least for the next couple of weeks. So we want to welcome you guys back to town. Of course, the sold-out show coming up later on tonight. And this acoustic kind of duo thing that you guys have been doing, like on your days off or on, your time off. I would think you guys have been so crazy busy, but it's kind of cool to strip everything down.
It's been fun, yeah. It's something we mostly did on our time off, really, for a couple weeks.
Yeah, with the sharing of a drummer with Pearl Jam and stuff, there's a lot of logistics working and kind of getting the band out on tour.
Yeah, so we're just being creative with it, having fun. It's been good.
How has the experience having the band back together been differing now from when you started? What has this kind of reunion album and touring cycle been like for you guys?
It's sort of a long line of constant evolution, really. Like I don't see up until 97 as one time, and then this is a new one, kind of. We just sort of started being us again, and it doesn't really seem separate to me that much. Maybe it did at first, like, oh my God, we're back together and we're learning songs and we're rehearsing stuff we haven't played in a long time. Yeah. But once we played a couple shows, then it just seemed to be like not much time had passed. Like there wasn't a divide.
And the funny thing too, when you're relearning old songs, you still mess up in the same spots you used to.
Everything.
But the mistakes are what makes it cool, right? Or has there been no?
Mistakes are mistakes.
You tell yourself that, though.
Yeah. Hey, that's cool.
Has there been a gig or a song or something where you screwed something up so bad you didn't even?
Last night.
There was no way to hide it. Did you have to start over again?
I went and hid behind my amp and cried for a little while.
Who caught it? Did they catch it? Oh, you're the one that caught it?
Yeah.
Are you surprised at the reaction and how people have kind of responded? I mean, you announced the reunion on Twitter, which is something that would have never been thought of when the band was together the first time. Have you been surprised at the reaction of the fans?
Kind of. I mean, it felt good to know that we had so many fans out there still. And the support for the new album was great. It was again, it wasn't like, oh, this is a record that is essentially just kind of BS nostalgia for fans that have been around a while. It wasn't received that way. We didn't make it to be that, and it wasn't taken that way. And I've yet to really hear that. So it's felt really good to get the support that we've gotten.
Yeah.
Are you shocked at the longevity of some of the older music? There seems to be this resurgence. I mean, with Alice in Chains coming out with a new album and Pearl Jam announcing there's a new album. Are you surprised that this many years later, a lot of that earlier work is still so well received and building a whole new fan base that weren't even, either born or were really small and never had a chance to see you before?
Yeah, that's a weird thing because if the audience kind of looks the same, that means that, in a sense, there's got to be a new generation of fans. I mean, the only thing I see differently is sometimes I'll see younger fans, and I can tell it's, even though they're trying to look cool, that their dad is behind them.
Yeah.
Ben, you were saying before you came up here that you had to call your daughter. Have you had the embarrassing, oh, really, my dad's a musician, he's so uncool thing with your kids? Because so many rock stars, their kids think they're so not cool. Are you cool to your kids?
I've never been cool.
You're pretty cool. I think people here think you're cool.
My daughter knows that my job with her is to embarrass her.
Are you good at it?
I'm aces.
Do you guys have any early Boston stories? We're having a quick conversation before you guys.
Boston, when we first came here with me in the band in 1990, everyone flipped me so much nonsense about being from Seattle. Yeah, you're from Seattle. Want to beat me up and stuff. Like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I think, especially over the last month, there's definitely been a new look of Boston, and we've all of a sudden got this reputation of being friendly. And
what?
No, you don't.
Prove it.
Before I let you guys play, is there anything that you, obviously with all the news that's been going on over the last month, is there anything that you wanted to say to the people of Boston? I know as you've been touring around, you've seen a lot of stuff that's been going on in the news.
I would say it to everybody. We're all in this together, so let's take care of each other and just cut the bullshit.
Yeah, we end up, being on the road all the time, and it's not just us, though, it's anybody, really. You end up sort of seeing anything that happens outside of your own little town, you see the version that's given to you, which isn't necessarily the real version, but it seemed clear to me that the way Boston dealt with these bombings was pretty heroic and just kind of immediate.
Immediately, those people ran right to it.
Yeah, in fact, the footage that they kept showing over and over and over on CNN, you saw this explosion, and then the guy that was filming it ran right toward the explosion really quickly as other people were running away, and that kind of epitomized it for me. So it felt good that the rest of the country had Boston to react this way, so that the rest of the world could see that that's how we do. So you did the rest of the country proud. Yep.
Well, give yourselves a round of applause. Well, Ben, we're going to do everything we can to give you a better experience in Boston this time around. And we will give you the least amount of crap today.
Always have, man.
For more exclusive on-demand video, keep checking in at WAAF.com.